Why should you care about some random's life on YouTube? Maybe it's because we're naturally curious as human beings, and it's interesting to see how other people live. Or maybe it's because there's some kind of value we take from hearing another person's story. Something we can take away and implement into our own lives, and I'm not talking about a brand deal. Something with meaning, a new connection, or a realization. We're Brittany and Keegan, and this is a bit of our story. We hope there's something you can take or learn from our experiences, and if not, then maybe this can be the start of a new online connection. Hello!
Hey!
Hey! Thank you so much for clicking on this video. It means so much to us that you want to hear a little bit of our story and just our journey together.
So we wanted to share a little bit about ourselves and answer some questions that both we wrote and that were sent in, and also just share some of our wisdom and things and experiences that we've gone through as a couple and individually that have helped grow us and our relationship.
I feel like we just want to create a nice community on here of like-minded people, and I feel like what better way than to actually get to know us a little bit and hear a bit of our story.
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
Let's do it.
So maybe let's start with just some basic get to know you things. How old are you? So I am 24, turning 25 this year.
And I am how old am I?
You're getting old.
I'm too old. I'm 26, turning 27 this year, so I'm 2 years older than Britt. Cradle snatcher.
Yeah. Where are you from?
We are both from Brisbane, Australia.
Yeah.
I lived in Brisbane most of my life, grew up there, but Britt lived in Melbourne for a little bit.
Yeah. And Sunny Coast. I grew up in Noosa as well. And then we're just over in Canada at the moment on a 2-year visa. But we'll get more into that later. What else have we got? How long have you been together?
This month will be 3.5 years.
How did we meet? This is a good story.
Should I tell this one?
I feel like you should tell this one.
I had just come back from backpacking for a year.
I had just gotten out of quite a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
So we both weren't wanting anything. It's a classic scenario.
Yeah, and I went over to one of my best mates' house and his partner. Shout out Maddie and John. And was just over to see them for the first time. And Britt didn't know that there was people over.
So I literally rock up in like Peter Alexander pajamas, my reading glasses on. I come through the front door and I'm just like, there's a bunch of people sitting out on the table having drinks.
3 of us.
It was a group of me. That was a lot of you. People I didn't know, this guy.
Yeah, we got chatting and stuff like that. We ended up in a wrestling match, and I picked Britt up and dumped her on the futon that was on the floor. Her necklace, I had freshly pierced my helix maybe a month before that.
Was that fresh?
Yeah, it was a month or two. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it caught on there, and as I dumped her down, her necklace...
My necklace caught.
Pulled down. I was...
However it happened.
It ripped... Anyway, my helix got ripped clean through my ear.
There's blood everywhere.
It just started pissing blood.
Oh, don't be dramatic.
And right then and there, I just fell in love.
You just knew. That was the one. Off to a good start. Okay, what jobs did we work in Australia? I worked as a nurse back home. I started on a cardiac ward and then went over to a surgical urology ward and did that for about 1.5 years. And realised that it just wasn't for me. I just wanted to care for people, and basically I just feel like the system of hospitals doesn't really allow you to care for people properly because you're so time poor. But I just think for me personally it just didn't align with how I wanted to be helping people. And shout out to all the nurses out there. It is a hard job and night shifts, they just take their toll on you. And yeah, I just give so much credit to people that can actually do shift work and can do that, because I personally just felt that it did not serve me. I actually quit nursing a few months before coming here and started working in a cafe again because honestly my nervous system just couldn't handle it. It just wasn't working out.
Yeah.
So
Super proud of you for doing that.
Thank you.
Because that is a hard thing to do.
It was scary. It was...
It was. God, it was like a death and rebirth. It was like you're in this void of who am I?
Yeah. It was a very challenging time in my life. Because, yeah, like you do identify yourself with your job. And so to think that you're going to be doing this thing and then realize that, oh, hey, I actually don't like this. And I've just spent all this money and studied all this time doing it. It's a big decision to come to, but beautiful time because it allowed me to grow so much into who I am now. Yeah, me.
Boom. For myself, I've worn many hats in my lifetime, but the main hat that I've worn is an account manager. Did that for a long time. Well, yeah, I got out of school and just wanted money, so I got into a sales job and then started to progress through the company. And my goal when I was in school used to be wanting to wear a suit, be at the top of a sky-rise building in a city and drive a Ferrari. That's perfect. Anyone who wants to do that, that's beautiful. Everyone has different visions, goals. But now, don't get me wrong, I still want that financial abundance and I want that lifestyle to a degree, but you know, I want to do something that aligns with me and that is fulfilling. So I did my breathwork and meditation teacher training. I was running a breathwork and meditation business, running events, workshops alongside my full-time position as an account manager, and then it just become so... I was a shell of a human.
Oh, the account management, not the breathwork.
Yeah, not the breathwork. Yeah, no, that was giving me life. But doing that was making me realize every day how much I didn't want to be doing the account management. So I eventually dropped that to part-time and then eventually quit because I couldn't do it anymore. It just wasn't aligning. And then I went and worked at a cafe as a supervisor for a couple of months before we came here too. So
it's funny, we both kind of had these careers and then quit them to go work in a cafe. To some people that might sound stupid and like financially the dumbest decision ever, but we just want to do things that actually make us feel good, and we loved working in those cafes for a bit and just stepping away from something that isn't serving us anymore to open up the door for new things to come through. It was a big thing.
Yeah.
Proud of you too.
I did, thank you.
Yeah. Oh.
So next question, that was long-winded.
How long did we live in a van for?
Ooh, 6 months.
Yeah.
Short answer.
And we did that about 6 months into our relationship as well.
Yeah.
Which, looking back on that now, very brave thing to like buy a van with someone and then move into this shoebox for 6 months and travel Australia. Like you think you're going good in the honeymoon phase and then you go and do that.
Live in a hot box together. And we did the whole lap of Australia. So it was pretty gnarly.
In a van that we didn't know it at the time had a cracked head.
Internally blowing up.
And I don't know how that thing got around Australia, but it did.
Shout out to Reggie.
Shout out Reggie.
He
was great.
What a fucking
We'll put some
workhorse.
photos in of Reggie. When and why did you move to Canada? So we left Australia August 23. So it's been about 7 months now that we've been away from home. And we did about 2.5 months of traveling Europe and the UK before that. So we got to Canada in November last year.
What's been the most testing time / situation / period in your relationship, and how did you navigate through it?
Ooh, that's a good one.
We'll answer individually because it might be different.
Yeah.
For me, the past 5 months, or not now, but like...
Moving here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we moved Canada, it was really difficult. Like, there was so many things going
Yeah.
on in terms of quitting careers, trying to get ready to move our life overseas. A lot of healing as well going on individually and together. We were living 45 minutes apart as well. And there was just so much going on that we didn't have time to properly connect as a couple. And I think we started using, just a couple more months and we'll be away and everything will be okay and we'll be together.
We definitely used that as kind of like a lighthouse.
Yeah. So we went away, backpack Europe, and just because you're traveling doesn't mean your problems dissipate.
No.
So that connections still continued to
not be there.
It
wasn't like we were on the verge of breaking up. It was just feeling like you're with this person, but you just don't feel connection.
Yeah, it was really tough. Yeah, in a much better place now though. We done a lot of work as a couple to rebuild that connection, and we're in a really solid place, which is really nice.
Yeah, I feel like my answer would probably be the same. Piggybacking off what Keegan said, coming over to travel the world with someone and know that you're doing such a huge move, moving your life overseas, and then that person that's meant to be your person to like support you and hold you through that, you just don't even feel connected to, and like just something's wrong, something just wasn't gelling. So that was really hard. We both
just didn't feel like we were on the same team.
No, that's been a huge thing. And like it's still something that we're learning now every day. Like it's not perfect obviously, but we're definitely in a much better place now with it all.
And to answer that last part of that question, how do you
What is it?
navigate through it?
Oh, yeah.
It's making time for connection, for each other to check in. Communication as well, making sure communication's on point, anything that's on your heart.
And also just actively listening to one another. When you say something, when you say how you feel, actually taking in what that person said and not just listening to respond, but listening to understand. And I feel like that was a huge thing for us as well, because like we both wouldn't feel heard and we just weren't hearing each other, because you are on the same team, and we just had to remind each other of that.
Yeah, for sure.
And look at us now. Oh, I could kill him sometimes. I think I've got some.
Just read them all.
No, let's not answer this one. Favorite show right now? Gilmore Girls. I am late to this bandwagon, but it is.
Brit likes trash TV that has
Oh,
no meaning.
no, I don't. Do you know a show that we watched together that was really good is Boy Swallows Universe?
Oh yeah, fantastic.
Set back home as well, so it just
set in Darra in Brisbane.
Set in
It's
Darra.
great.
What's your favourite show?
My favourite show right now, Sons of Anarchy, Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones.
What are your goals and visions? I guess that kind of ties into the next question. We'll just do them together. What we hope to achieve and what's our mission for the YouTube channel?
Sharing authentically from a genuine place. So sharing our experiences, whether that's travel, whether that's our relationship, what we're going through individually, what we're into in terms of the holistic space and healing space. Sharing all of that to...
my coffee. Forgot about it. Sorry.
Sharing all of those things, just sharing us fully and authentically, and hoping that resonates with any of you.
Something for me personally, I've realised, and I'm sure a lot of people in the world realise this, that they don't like working for someone else. And there's just not really a job out there that I feel called to. And I've always been interested in like making videos, content creation, photography, and I've never really dedicated time to learning those things. I guess you could say it was a dream of mine to like have a YouTube channel, and I'd watch people that vlog, and I just wanted to do that. But there's so much resistance that comes to that, because it's like, oh, what are people going to think? They're going to judge me. Like, is this really lame? All those like stories that come up in your head. And then one day I was just like, no, like, F it. Like, I'm going to do this. Put aside that fear of judgment, because if I listened to that, then I wouldn't do anything meaningful with my life, because I'd be too scared to push the boundary, and you can't please anyone anyway.
Can't please anyone.
Can't please everyone, so...
Can't please anyone.
Can't please anyone.
That like ties in, like the goal is to create a living out of doing something fulfilling like this, doing things that light us up and being able to share that and make a living out of that.
What are your hobbies, passions?
I mentioned before, I'm a breathwork and meditation teacher. My passion is to help people step into their authentic selves. I love everything wellness, so nutrition, somatics.
Anything that betters yourself.
Self-development.
Guys.
I love self-development. I go down rabbit holes
He's
a
kind of
lot.
like your kooky friend that gives you all of these ideas.
And also football. I
do
love
like
football, and when I say football, I mean the proper term, soccer. As soon as I came out of the womb, my dad slapped a Sunderland jersey on me, and I've been mad ever since.
Oh, you gotta get up.
And I played the guitar. I say that roughly. Pick it up once a year.
I feel like I grew up doing dance as a kid, so I love dancing.
She's a great dancer.
I wouldn't say great.
You are
I wouldn't say great, but I do enjoy it. I actually haven't done it in a while. I'm gonna pick that back up. Video, photography stuff. I learnt Reiki last year, which has been really cool. Same, very similar to Keegan, a lot of like self-development, spiritual healing, just how to better your life through natural and holistic modalities. Oh, I've just started reading, which is fun. I always read like self-help books and I loved them, but it just felt really like taxing on your mind all the time. Like you're just trying to wind down before bed and it's like, your trauma as well. Wow. And I'm just like, oh, I need something else. So yeah, I've started reading like fiction books, which has been fun. I like that. I think a big thing for me when we were going through all of those career changes and everything and just not feeling happy with your life. And I remember coming to Keegan and just feeling so stuck. What did you say to me? I think you just said that like...
It's going to seem harsh. But I said it in a loving way.
Yeah.
I just said no one's coming to save you. because you are the designer and the creator of your own life. Like, no one is coming
Yeah.
to change anything for you.
Yeah, like no one was gonna come and take me out of nursing and put me into the perfect job that I love. Like, you know, no one's gonna come and do that. So it's like, okay, I have to make these decisions and change my life and turn it into something that I actually enjoy and that I actually want to wake up and be excited for every day. And doing that by quitting, starting to travel, which is something that we've been wanting to do, starting to make videos like this, it's just so worth it.
You know, we both had fear of judgment doing this. I don't know, having those realizations of like, do you want to live life by someone else's design? Like, do you want to live life by what someone else thinks life should look like?
Anyway, I feel like that's a nice spot to end it there.
Finish it off.
Thank you for watching and for learning a little bit more about us. If you've made it this far, we take our hats off to you. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video.
Like and subscribe.
If you like this kind of content, give it a like. Comment down below what you thought. If it's nice, if it's not nice, don't comment it.
Because it'll hurt our feelings.
It will. Hit the subscribe button because that would really help us out, and we're trying to grow this channel.
Catch you soon.
Bye.